I love talking footy with you, Ross Lyon and Ross the Boss. Thanks to PointsBet. And tonight we're going to focus on the Melbourne Football Club. And you got some concerns about their ball tempos.
Yeah, with the football world's talking about Melbourne. I think they got their fundamentals right, and that was very generous of you too, Morty. But let's get to Melbourne. We've told them the speed demons. These are the play-on percentages of Melbourne in the first quarter. Take a mark, roll and go. Handball, 47%. For the game, 37%. They slowed it down a little bit, but the competition average is 26%. I know there's a bit of numbers coming here, but that's 4 of the top 5 in the AFL. The exciting Brisbane Lions play on 1 in 5. They're 1 in 2. So Richmond are... So the word is they're composed in different modes of offence. Whereas what we're finding with Melbourne, and I've done their last 2 games, special comments, they're just going without being composed and having different modes of offence, and it's hurting them on turnover. So I do feel for them. So we're going to have a look at a bit of the vision. Yeah,
let's take a look at some of the vision, Ross, to talk about it. So here's the viz, actually, of some of the... This is your stoppage, Ross. This is a concern you've got as well.
Yeah. So the first thing is, with the stoppage, Melbourne was sending up... You have 6 forwards. Brisbane Lions will hold 6 forwards to make opposition defend. They put... Some teams can do this. They put a 6 forward in the stoppage. Max Gawn will clear the ball and he'll kick it straight to the Richmond spare defender. At times it was Hooley. Bolter was almost one of the BOG, and they did it numerous times. An area you're dominating, you're turning into a weakness. They rank 17th for scores in the AFL.
So because of the extra number, they've got an extra player there, but they're just kicking to their spare.
To the spare. Yeah. And if you're going to leave a spare, the other forwards surround him and bring the ball to ground. This is a go play. So if we stop the ball there, they've taken the game on. This is fantastic. Richmond are vulnerable. You got, I think it's Max Gawn. So as a midfielder, don't run sideways. Turn, take grass, go forward, or give it to the spare. But they overcomplicate and get into a handball game. Richmond, the quicker you go and handball, the more they love it. So have a look at the end result. They should be scoring here, and it goes back the other way.
So as we roll on, Ross, so you're saying these guys aren't horrendous kicks, all of them. It's the way the tempo is half the time.
Yeah, so it's not a technical problem. It's decision-making and taking the easy option. And it just goes back. And Richmond's pressure, you invite the pressure if you go backwards and sideways.
I've heard Simon. Here's another one, Ross. You're saying you could just easily hit this play here.
So this is a different mode. This is a held play. Modern defences, that's Grimes, plays assertive. He positions to how far that kick can go. We talk about instability around here. Give it to the free player. He takes ground, and then everything opens up. Those 3 Melbourne players come into play. But you don't use him, don't make them defend. It becomes a 4-on-1 and away they go. So again, do the easy thing. This is a classic. Composure with the ball. Back, it's 50 seconds on the clock. It's gone 1 or 2 seconds. 2 free players, this is a gift. Inside 30 metres out from goal. Doesn't compose himself and kicks to the spare, you'll be pulling your hair out.
And here are some of the ratings, Ross, of some players, champion data ratings.
He's not a poor kick. He just needs to get off the mark, scan. It's like shelling peas. Hit the 2 free players. So it's not a technical issue with these guys.
But Simon Goodwin's been saying for a long time, we're working to improve, we're working to improve.
Yeah, they are, but you know what the principles are? Hawthorn, you get 7 seconds. So you get back, you can go quick or you can go slow. They're just rolling on and running themselves into trouble.
Do they beat the Gold Coast, Ross, or not?
Well, I'm not a punting expert, so I'll leave it alone. I think if they can fix these things, they've got a real opportunity.
OK, Richmond are a team we want to talk about who played Melbourne last week, and you liked what you saw.
Well, the heat was put on them. They're leaders. They're not committing. They were all in on the weekend. Their pressure rating, front half, forward pressure, went through the roof. Higgins was fantastic. Edwards got to work. And away they went in the first gamer. So they turned it around. And their ball use and their run. So this is Hooley, who's going to link up in the middle of the ground. So they've got different modes of offence. This is a held play, long down the line, crumb, bring it inside, wave of running, kick the goal with Martin on the end of it. This is classic Tigers.
Yep, so we'll roll this on, Ross. And what did you see from them on the weekend that you hadn't seen the previous few weeks?
Intent, enthusiasm. Players were kicking goals. Their whole back 6 was running down to encourage them. They really locked the ball. And in numbers, support, spread the ball, running in waves, speed, all this.
Is it all about between the ears for Richmond, you think? I know they've got injuries now, which we'll touch on soon, but was it a mental aspect, or did they go back to...
No doubt mental, but guess what? We saw the rebirth of West Coast and Richmond. Sometimes it takes you 2 weeks to come to hand. This is classic Richmond. Closing the exit. They win it once, they're going to have to win it again. They've lost the ball here, and here they go again with the pressure. There's Higgins. They win it back. And then the composure, that's classic Richmond. They got their front game back too. So Damien spoke about they balling role players to get their system going.
I've heard some scribes say Richmond cannot win it. I've heard that last year too before. I might have been one of them last year. But we've seen injuries. Nan Curvis, their ruckman, Trent Cotchin, Tommy Lynch, Dion Prestia in tears.
You know where scribes sit?
Yeah.
Scribes sit in a fixed mindset.
Yes, yeah.
You know where great teams sit? In a growth and possibility mindset. They went through it last year. They had that level of player out like this, and they went on to win 10 or 12 because they just see possibility.
This was last year, Ross.
Yeah, and they turned it around because, you know what? We can do anything if we commit, and our system stands up and we believe, and I think that's the space they're in, and they just have to be within the 8 and get their best personnel back.
Okay, so for you, Ross, they're still your premiership favourite at the moment? Because of what they've done the last 3 years?
I was never off them. I didn't jump off them the previous weeks. I said I believe in them. I think they can turn it around. And as you said, that little man above the shoulder turned around and they got their system back up and going.
Sydney do not have a better opportunity than this week. You're never going to get a better opportunity, in my opinion, to beat the Tigers. Do you think they can do it?
I think Richmond win.
Richmond win? Yeah.
I believe in Richmond. I believe in their system and their hardness and their speed.
Do they have the best depth in the competition?
I think they proved that last year.
Yeah. Back to you, Ed. I'm with the Tigers as well.